Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've created this very glam but dramatic makeup look. It's all about those warm tones, a nice spotlight eye, a little bit of glam, a little bit of glitz. It's just a look that I know is going to suit a lot of people because it's got those nice warm tones. All the products I'm using are going to be listed and linked down below in the description box, so make sure you check those out. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like this look. Comment down below with your thoughts and anything else you'd love to see from me. And don't forget to subscribe, but for now, enjoy this video. I never know what to start with. I think I'm gonna start with eyes. This eye look that I have in my mind is very, very intense. So yeah, we're gonna go with eyes, and I'm starting off by using my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C10. And this is just going to act as a base for our eyeshadows. And I think I want to do the whole eye look in one go. So that's why I'm going to take a bit of concealer just under my eyes, and I'm just going to blend this. I've actually realized I want to do my brows before I do my eyes. I recently had my eyebrows microbladed, so they're a little bit darker and I've got some shape already there. So I'm not going to go in with anything too crazy. I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo, and this is in the shade Dark Brown. They're quite dark anyway and they've got good shape, so I'm literally just going in with just a teeny bit of powder, and then I'm just going to brush it through. And I like to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Dark Brown also, just to kind of make this shape a little bit more the way I like a structured shape rather than fluffy natural brow. I just like to do that by bringing this arch further out, and then I'm just going to conceal around my brows with my very well-loved Illamasqua concealer in the shade CC215. I swear this is the only brow concealer that I use. I've used this for years, literally the last 5 years I've been on YouTube. This is probably the only brow concealer I've used. Can you see the difference? Even though this is such a lovely shade, this is just how I like it to look. So just to hold it in place a bit further, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel just to go through it so you can see more hair definition, if that makes sense. Okay, brows are done and I'm loving them. Don't mind the little red mark here. I noticed I had an under the skin kind of spot bump thing, and you know when you just can't help but pick it. So on the eyes today, we're going to take this Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette. Look at this. This is every warm tone girl's dream, warm tone eyeshadow girl. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm going to start off by using this shade right here. I think I'm going to work my way this way in the palette. For this look, I think I'm going to ignore the first two shades just because they are quite peachy, and we're not going for a peachy eye. We're going to go for, hopefully, something a bit more warm tone. Oh my God. Can you see how pigmented that? No way. Wow. I think I'm going to use the little brush that comes in the palette as well. I'm just going to pick up the same shadow and work it on the outer corner and inner corner of the eye. To be honest, with this look, it's going to get a little bit messy before it gets good. So taking the same palette, I'm going to build it up with this shade right here. And now I'm just going to start working this on the outer corner of the eye and on the inner corner. And I'm also going to buff it through the crease. We're planning not to take this shade as high up as that first color. Sometimes when I explain things, I don't know if I'm explaining them well enough or correctly. Obviously I'm showing you, but sometimes to actually put my actions into words is a little bit tricky sometimes. I'm also just going to take that shade along my lower lash line, all the way along. Okay, I know we're looking like a hot mess right now, but we are gonna amp it up some more. So we're gonna go to the darkest brown shade in the palette, and I've just seen that they've actually got names on the back. So the first one was Foxy, Brassy, and now we are on to Stay Sassy. I would say that the image I have in my head of what I want this to turn out like is pretty sassy, so the name is appropriate. So we're just gonna basically do the same thing again and deepen it up. I may even use that teeny Dose of Colors brush again just to lay the color down. I know I've said it, but these eyeshadows are so heavily pigmented, it's insane. I want to keep this shade nice and low, really just on the lid and through the crease, just very slightly. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that because they are so dark and pigmented. Not dark, but just pigmented. Just along that lower lash line again. So I'm going to go back into my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C10, and I'm going to use this to carve out my brows. But what I want to do is I want to pick up quite a bit of this concealer on a flat brush. Okay, this is where I'm praying I don't mess it up. But I'm basically getting most of the concealer off just in the center of my eye for now. And then we just want to tidy up that edge at the top. And then I'm literally just going to feather the edge of this concealer. But we are going to basically cover the edge up. So if that looks messy for now, it is fine. And then again, just feather the edge of this side. I really like these eyeshadows. Definitely gonna have to invest in some more Dose of Colours eyeshadows. Do you know what it is? Dose of Colours wasn't like that easily accessible when it first came out, and obviously they're on Beauty Bay, which is where you can get the products from now, which is amazing. That is the best thing about Beauty Bay. You can always get the products that are hard to find or not as accessible. I'm not just saying it because I'm Beauty Bay brand ambassador. It's fact, guys. It is fact. That's always why like I started going to Beauty Bay, because brands like Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jouer and like loads of brands that I just love. So now I'm going to take another Dose of Colours product for the eyes. It's their Ideal Duo in the shade Shell, and it's basically like a two-part product. So you get like a cream sort of pigment here, and then underneath is a loose pigment, which we are also going to use. So I'm going to start off with the creamy product first, also on another flat synthetic brush, and we're just going to start by laying this down again in the center of the eye. The pigment is on, and I'm going to use the loose powder now. I'm trying not to like tip it over, and this is extremely pigmented, guys, and very, very glittery. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, this is gorgeous. Now I think I'm going to go in with that like brownie shade that we were blending with earlier in between. So I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade Black, obviously. I'm going to create a wing, hopefully. I like to rest my hand on my face so that I've got a bit of balance, or like a pinky finger. Just rest something. Wing on. That is a serious wing, guys. So just to amplify that liner up a little bit more, I'm going to use this Marc Jacobs Kohl Gel Liner, I believe it is. It's basically like a gel liner in a pencil form. It's just a black one, and I'm basically going to tight line, so it's really, really nice and dark at the root of the lashes. I might even run this along the lower lash line, lower waterline as well. And just so that their eyes are a little bit more balanced, I'm going to use the same pencil just right along, really, really close to the edge. And with a pencil brush, I'm going to smudge it out. I'm also just going to apply a little bit of mascara at this stage, just because it looks really, really weird that the eyes are so intense with no mascara. And I'll apply false lashes towards the end. But for mascara, I'm just using the Benefit Bad Girl Bang Mascara. It's just the one that I have to hand. You can use any. I will come back to bottom lashes and all of that once I've done the rest of my face. For the face, I'm going to use the Laura Geller Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer in the shade Champagne. Feels lovely. Anyone booked any holidays for this year? I feel like I'm like in desperate need of a holiday right now. It's nearly spring and it is absolutely freezing. Like, that is not on. Right, as always, I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin Central Skin Enhancer just to cover up any like pigmentation, any darkness. And I generally have a bit of darkness and pigmentation around my mouth. For foundation, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation, and I have this in the shade Baklava. Now this is quite a full coverage and creamy foundation. I've kind of gotten used to the scent of this foundation now, and it doesn't really bother me that much, but I do wish it was not scented. I feel like this is like the right shade for me. Finally, it took me so long to get this shade. Foundation is on, and I'm going to take a bit of concealer, and I've got two shades of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is something I've been doing recently. I take the shade that I normally use, which is Ginger, under the eyes where I would normally kind of highlight and conceal. And then I'm just going to take this in all of the usual places that I like to highlight. Forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. And then I like to take a slightly lighter shade, and this is in the shade Custard, which if I was to use this on its own, it would be way too light. I'm just using a teeny bit of this just over the top of that, and also just over where we've highlighted. Teeny weeny bit. So we are going to cream contour as well because I love cream contouring, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour kit in the shade medium. Guys, this is new on my channel. I first used this when I was shooting with Beauty Bay in Manchester and I fell in love. So yeah, I've now got my hands on this palette for me, so I'm so excited. And yeah, and you can get it on Beauty Bay as well. So I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here. I can't believe I never used to cream contour. Like, oh, okay. You're just putting it on. Basically wiping off any excess on the back of my hand, and then whatever is left, gonna take that down the sides of my nose. This is a BH Cosmetics 127 brush. I think it's new. And then I'm going to spritz my face with some, maybe I shouldn't speak, MAC Fix Plus. And I'm going to blend the cream contour out. I always like to blend my cream contour out first before I blend my highlighter out, so that my highlighter, well, my concealer can blend into the cream contour. This blends out so easily, like, can you see? Then once that is all blended out, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out all of the concealer. And as usual, I like to just stipple this on as well. And just when we're blending out this under eye, we wanna make sure not to take it all the way up to that eyeshadow. We just wanna use a slightly smaller blending brush just to run along that edge of concealer. So now we've done that, we can go in with some setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm just going to pat this on just underneath my eyes just to set it. Again, I'm using a patting motion because we don't want to rub the concealer, we don't want to move it around, and I'm only taking this powder in the areas where I highlight it. And then I'm also just going to take it on my mouth, around my mouth, sorry, and in the center of my forehead. I've really used a light amount of powder today, but I just wanted a light amount. And now I'm just going to bronze the skin, and I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun. I can use this to kind of like set the makeup in that area, which is basically a lovely 2-in-1. And anywhere else if I do want to set, which is basically the only place that's missing powder is like right here. I can use translucent powder if I want to, but I think I'm going to leave it today. Just buffing this onto the cheeks, just over where that contour is, just to add a bit more warmth into the skin rather than it looking like really, you know, shaded. We want it shaded, but we want it warm and bronze as well. I also like to take it just along the edge of that hair, of my hairline, just so that it all looks like one rather than like stripes and over here. And then I'm also just going to take it along my temples, just basically over where we've contoured. I think it's time for my favorite part, which is highlight, and I'm using this insane highlighter. It's called High Def Glow Illuminator Duo by Laura Geller. Laura Geller is known for her Gilded Honey highlighter, but she's brought this bad boy out. She has got like a pinky version as well, but obviously me being warm skin toned, the gold is good. So I'm gonna go in with this one right here first, and this is called Sparkle. Here we go. Are you kidding me? No. No! No way. Guys, this highlighter is actually beautiful, and if you love like a proper true gold highlighter, this is going to be your best friend. Love it when I apply highlighter, it just bangs straight away. I hate it when I'm so excited about a highlighter and then it's just a bit like blah, like you put it on and it looks insane in the pan and then it's just like blah. I'm also going to take a little bit of this just on the inner corner of my eyes just to bring it together. I always love highlighting the inner corner of my eyes. I'm just going to take this down the bridge of my nose to highlight, and then also just right there at the tip. I'm going to take this just in the center of my forehead a little bit just to add that glow. Very complimentary to my skin tone. Yes, yes, and yes, Laura Geller, you did it again. Onto blusher. I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills blush kit. This is the Radiant kit. She's got another one or another two, I believe. And this I also got from Beauty Bay. So I think I'm going to take this blusher right here and I might dab into these three, not the really light pink one. To be honest, the light pink one is probably the only one I wouldn't use so much. I'm just going to get this onto the apples of my cheeks, on the other cheek as well, mainly on the apples of the cheeks. For the lips, I'm going to line my lips with this Dalla Palma lip liner, and this is in the shade Matita Labra, or it's in the shade Milano. Who knows, girl, who knows? This lip liner reminds me of Spice by MAC. For the lips, I'm going to apply Ashton Liquid Lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Every time I've worn this, I've not really liked it that much. Let's see. I'm hoping I like it today. Everyone else loves this, which is why I have it. It's just a bit too dark. So I'm going to go in with a bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss in the shade Undressed, and I love this gloss. It's a really nice light nude. I'm going to pop this over the top in the center, and then I'm going to just pat it out. Right, lashes we haven't done yet, so I'm just going to apply these doll lashes in the style Olivia. So what I like to do is just place the lash really nice and close to my lash line, and then tuck the lashes in at the corners. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look right here. All the products I've used are going to be listed and linked down below in the description box, so make sure you check that out. If you enjoyed this video and you like this makeup look, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know what else you'd love to see from me as well. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this, let me know what you want to see, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you all in my next one. Mwah. Bye!